The platform of hidden talents and talent. I, Dr. Shashwat Tiwari, heartily welcome you to one of the most updated portals for online publication of all kinds of course materials for students, practitioners, latest news, all upcoming events worldwide, career opportunities, job vacancies, hello,
Yeah, Shashwat, you audible.
hello.
Shashwat, you audible.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, the connection got lost actually. I'm sorry. Yeah, the connection got lost. I'm sorry. Created portals for online publications of all kinds of course materials for students, practitioners, latest news, all upcoming events worldwide, career opportunities, job vacancies, research updates, articles for great classical and contemporary practitioners, periodical literatures, journals, videos, and presentations, etc. That is Homeopathy 360 from BJN Group of Companies. Homeopathy 360 has been an exceptional educational hub for each generation of homeopaths. As always, we have aimed towards advancement of homeopathy as an evidence-based science and tried to connect homeopaths worldwide and broadcast their talent. We organize every single information related to homeopathy and make it universally accessible, making sure that we are the best at what we do. On behalf of the whole team, I also invite all the esteemed homeopaths present with us right now to contribute your knowledge and experience in the core area of their expertise. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Vipul sir, and thank you, Dr. Jaswant sir. Dr. Vipul Shastri sir is a principal, CD, Panjigar Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital, Surat, and Dean, Faculty of Homeopathy, South Gujarat University. He is a very esteemed homeopath and a very practiced healer. Now, I would like to introduce Dr. Patil sir. Dr. Patil sir, an allopath turned homeopath, has over 30 years of rich medical experience to his credit. He has treated more than 1,000 patients, 1,000, 2,000 patients above using classical homeopathy. He believes that the root cause for all the disease can be cured. He has successfully treated many chronic cases like cancer, tuberculosis, asthma, kidney failure, arthritis, diabetes, heart disease, neurology disease, and digestive diseases. Homeopathy treats disturbed mind therapy, disturbed immunology, and physiology starts functioning normally, and disease gets eradicated. His education, he has pursued MBBS from Grant Medical College, Sir JJ Group of Hospitals, Mumbai. He is MD Chest at Seth GS Medical College, Chem Hospital, Mumbai. He is an homeopath with a degree of BHMS from Sri Chamunda Mata Homeopathic Medical College, Jalgaon. Now, I would like Dr. Vipul sir to start with his presentation. Over to you, Vipul sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Shashwat. So, today it's a privilege and proud for us to associate with the platform like Homeopathic 360. And thank you to Dr. Manish Jain, who has today organized a webinar, especially on the occasion of 89th birthday of Dr. D.D. Pachigar sir, who is a legendary homeopath. As we are saying that Chandanam na vane vane, जैसे कि चंदन हर वन में नहीं होता है, वो इतना प्रेशियस होता है, उसी तरह हम बोलते हैं कि दशरथम द कॉलेज है। तो डॉक्टर दशरथ पच्चीगर हर कॉलेज के पास नहीं होते हैं। सो वी हैव प्राउड दैट आवर चेयरमैन, आवर फाउंडर प्रिंसिपल एंड फर्स्ट एडवाइजर ऑफ होम्योपैथी टू गुजरात स्टेट, even ex-treasurer in Red Cross Society, even he is working in tribal area also in the trust as a secretary. So if I will give introduction, then it will take 1 hour for the introduction only. But again, it is my pleasure to introduce my guru, mentor, Dr. Dashrath Pachigar sir for 89th birthday. So we can say that we are wishing Kaka a very, very happy birthday. So now we can go for the presentation. Dr. Saswat. Dr. Saswat, can we go for presentation? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
on the screen, yeah.
So our first one, that is the poem that has been written by Dashrath sir, as he is a very great homeopath. With that, he is a very good artist also. So he is a very good poet also. This is in Gujarati, which I will translate in Hindi and English. So कोरोना होए, प्लेग होए इन्फ्लुएंजा समान. सो इसमें कवि दशरथ ये कहना चाहते हैं कि कोरोना भी होगा, प्लेग भी होगा और इन्फ्लुएंजा के समान और बीमारी भी होगी. मृत्यु थाय लाखों जाए अजान एलोपैथिक विज्ञान, उसमें मृत्यु होता है, लाखों लोगों का मृत्यु होता है और एलोपैथिक विज्ञान उससे अनजान होता है. रोग प्रतिकारक शक्ति, रोग भगावे शक्ति छे जीवन व्यवहार. तो इसमें उन्होंने इम्यूनिटी मींस ही हैज एक्सप्लेन रिगार्डिंग द इम्यूनिटी एंड रोग प्रतिकारक शक्ति, which is very important. Even Ayush has also given so many immunobooster things. सप्रमाण शक्ति राज समझावे मास्टर सैमुअल हनीमैन. सो उन्होंने ये पोएम जो थी that he has written on the 10th April and he has dedicated to Master Honeyman, and he has explained regarding the balance energy. प्रकृति सौमा हनुमान काव्य वैज्ञानिक अगत्यता आज. लॉ ऑफ नेचर जिसका मास्टर हनीमैन ने इंपॉर्टेंस बताया है, उसके बारे में उन्होंने बोला है. समझीने विज्ञान चाले रोग प्रतिकारक आज. Means right now in the recent scenario, what is there? That is the immunity. Whatever is going, if immunity which will be there, then only the person will be healthy. So he has insisted on the immunity, what Master Honeyman has also said. Now after that, what he has said regarding the Master Honeyman, that is very important. संशोधन एनु छे अमाद, पुत्र खोयो पत्नी खोई, छोड़वो पड्यो देश तत्काल एवा ए वैज्ञानिक महान. So poet Kaka, Dashrath Kaka has explained regarding Master Honeyman's greatness, what he has done. उन्होंने ये साइंस के कारण अपने पुत्र को भी खोया, अपनी वाइफ को भी खोया और उसी के कारण उनको देश भी छोड़ना पड़ा. सोचिए कि वो कैसे व्यक्ति होंगे कि जिन्होंने फिर भी होम्योपैथी के लिए लगे रहे. So he has explained very nicely regarding the missionary and dedication of Master Honeyman. भोगवे तबीबी वैज्ञानिको अपार रोग प्रतिकारक शक्ति जीवन माथी. जीवन शक्ति सुवास प्रत्ये तरसो करावे संसार पार. Here also he has explained regarding the immunity, and now he has explained regarding the law of simila, samam samam samyati जग्या बनावे जीवन मायु. He has explained very nicely regarding the law simila, सप्रमाण चलावे जीवन शक्ति, अप्रमाणे रोग प्रत्ये. आ छे मास्टर हनीमैन सार. औषध एवं होय समलक्षण नियम राज. So as per the law of simila, if that medicine which will be there, then only it will be able to prevent as well as it will be able to cure. माहे आवे खाली जग्या तारे जीवन शक्ति जीवन ज्योत प्रगटावे. So here he has explained very nicely regarding the homeopathic science, regarding the Master Honeyman, and which is a very much important for us right now. Now there will be the first case, how he has treated regarding the COVID-19. So now I will just invite our intern Amina She will just present the first case of the Chitna Jeng.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the platform of Homeopathy 360. And first of all, happiest birthday to our dearest Dashrath Kaka. I will be presenting case cured by Dashrath Kaka. Case number 1. The patient XYZ came with the of age 32-year male, residing in Althan, Surat, Hindu, married and doing business and qualification BCom. This patient was under the treatment of Dr. Dashrath Kaka for URTI, and patient was suffering from recurrent allergic bronchitis since 4 years. So he was already a patient of Dashrath Kaka. On 21st November, he came with a chief complaint of fever since 5 days. Temperature was 100.6 degree Fahrenheit, varying to 102.5 degree Fahrenheit. The patient also complained of cough since yesterday, which was dry in character. Patient also suffered with burning in eyes during fever, which was as a concomitant. Other symptoms were bitter taste in mouth, right nostril got blocked recurrently, nausea on sight and smell of food. Patient doesn't like to drink water. Though patient was thirsty, but because of loss of taste, the patient doesn't like to drink water or to eat. There was loss of taste and smell. There was much weakness and malaise. These symptoms are found as a concomitant in this case. Now, on asking patient about how it all started, about the origin or any of the exciting cause, patient says he was having fever since 16th November. Before 2 days, he traveled outside of the Surat for some work. On 16th November, he was having body ache and temperature of 100 degree Fahrenheit. So the patient has complained of low-grade fever initially. In between these 2-3 days, he took medicines to subside fever. On 21st November, he came here to Dr. DDP for treatment. On 21st November, vitally, the patient was, BP was 120/70 mm of Hg, heart rate was 90 per minute, respiratory rates were 20 per minute, and saturation was 95% on room. On asking about physical generalities of patient, thermally patient was hot, appetite was decreased as patient was not having any taste and smell of food, desire, no taste in mouth, aversion was not so specific, and the patient was thirsty. And he perspire when he do any exertion. So, any suggestions regarding which symptoms are to be taken in totality? Hello.
Doctor, you can just check the chats. They'll be commenting on the chat. Doctors, there is an option on the right side corner of your screen as chat on the third number, wherein you can see the slides. No slides option. Just above
Yes.
it, you have chat. Yeah, so people would be commenting there, and they are wishing sir as well many happy returns of the
Okay, so
day.
we can wait for some seconds, 30 seconds for suggestions. Okay, so going on prescribing totality of the case, the symptoms taken were low-grade fever, as patient was suffering from it. The very first symptom, the patient was thirsty, which was change state during acute, and patient was hot thermally. There was loss of taste and loss of smell, which was very strong, and loss of appetite. The patient sweats on every exertion, and there was aversion to water. So keeping all these in view, these symptoms, The patient on 21st October was prescribed Netramure 30, 4 doses, BD for 2 days. As Netramure covers these symptoms very strongly and comes in repertorial sheet very first. Loss of taste and loss of smell were very marked in Netramure. And on 21st October, patient was advised for investigation, RT-PCR and HRCT, as the symptoms were very suggestive of COVID. So on 23rd November, patient came with positive RT-PCR and 15 to 20% involvement of lung in HRCT. As the report shows, 15 to 20% involvement of lung as visualized and co-SARS pattern 5. As the report shows, COVID infective and the 15 to 20% involvement of the lung was there and RT-PCR was positive. So after 4 doses of Netramure on 23rd November, no fever after the doses. Coughing was as it is, bitter taste in mouth was as it is, blockage of nostril was as it is. So on 23rd November, again Netramure 30 BD for 3 days was prescribed. Follow-up on 26th November, coughing slightly reduced, no fever, bitter taste in mouth was as it is. Again, depending on symptomatology, Netramure 30 BD was prescribed for 7 days, 14 doses. Follow-up on 3rd December, no fever after the first dose of Netramure, coughing 85% better, bitter taste in mouth also better, and in general patient improved. Patient likes to eat and appetite was also improved. So Netramure 30 BD for 7 days, 14 doses was prescribed on 3rd December. Now follow up on 12th December, which was very recent. No fever, coughing completely better, appetite was improved, weakness reduced, and bitter taste in mouth gone. And taste and smell also improved. Now patient almost better. Netramure 30 BD for 14 days was prescribed on 12th December. Okay. Here is the audio of patient who took the treatment. Just 1 second.
Okay, we will avoid. We are not able to hear the audio.
Okay.
मेरा नाम चेतन जैन है, मेरी एज 32 ईयर्स है। मेरा ट्रीटमेंट डॉक्टर दशरथ काका से कुछ 2-2.5 महीने से चल रहा है। मुझे पहले खांसी की बहुत तकलीफ थी, उसी रीजन की वजह से मैं फर्स्ट टाइम होम्योपैथिक की मेडिसिन ले रहा था। उसी बीच मुझे दिवाली के 2 दिन बाद बहुत तेज बुखार था और मुझे कोविड के सिम्टम्स दिखने लग गए थे। उसे देखते हुए मैंने डॉक्टर दशरथ काका से कंसल्ट किया और उन्होंने मेरा पूरा ट्रीटमेंट कोविड का भी उन्होंने ही किया। और कोविड के मेरे सिम्टम्स थे, जैसे मुझे 9 डेज से बुखार था जो रह के 100 डिग्री से 101 डिग्री तक आ रहा था और मुझे खांसी की भी बहुत सारी तकलीफें थी, पर होम्योपैथिक से मेरा पूरा इलाज एकदम क्लियर हो चुका है और मैं कोविड से बाहर आ चुका हूँ। थैंक यू।
I will hand over the mic to Dr. Vipul Shastri sir.
So, thank you, Amina. Now, regarding this case, I would like to ask to great Dashrath Kaka, who at the age of 89 also is treating such case. He is not treating COVID-19, but before also he has treated cases like gangrene, cancer, and so many cases which are uncurable. So, Kaka, what is your idea regarding the thirst of natrum mute.
Incontrollable thirst.
Okay, so have you given importance to thirst in this case?
Of course, patient was not satisfied with the drinking water.
Okay, so have you taken it as a uncommon symptoms in this case?
Quite right.
Right. Okay, to which symptoms you will give importance, subjective or objective?
Subjective.
Why?
You see, whatever the things that comes, according to Master Hahnemann, and what is related to immunity and vital force, that is the subjective symptoms. Objective, physician can see, but the subjective symptoms cannot be seen by the other persons. That's why it is more important.
Okay, here you have given 30 potency. So why 30 potency?
You see, all epidemic disease, in classification of the disease according to Master Hahnemann, that is acute disease comes suddenly, goes suddenly, but it depends upon the derangement of the atmosphere, that is exciting or maintaining cause, maybe natural or maybe artificial.
Okay, why repetition was there in this case?
It is because the exciting factor, that is the atmospheric factor, the hot and then wet, cold, that is most important, the causative factor.
Okay, do you have any experience of other epidemic in your lifetime?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
I have worked for typhoid, cholera, and so many other epidemics.
Okay.
I had dared to work for it.
Okay, I have also worked with you in the chikungunya when flood was there, and we have given Carbovage. So I was lucky enough for that. Now, thank you very much, Kaka. So now, regarding the repertorization from the boric which has been there, right, where the taste is lost, and for that different medicines which are there, and here you can see the Natramune. This is the what is regarding your interpretation regarding the loss of taste in COVID-19.
It is subjective symptoms.
Okay, so you have given importance to loss of taste and loss
subjective
of
symptoms. I have given importance to subjective symptoms.
Okay, okay. And here it is the repertorization where he has given importance to the mouth taste and smell loss. And if you will see right now also in so many COVID-19 patients, these symptoms are very important. And this is a very good repertorization chart by which we can prescribe the different medicine as per the totality. So now we have a second case, and I will invite Dhruvi Barsoliwala for that.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I would like to wish a very happy birthday to our dearest Kaka. And now we'll move towards the second case of COVID-19, which was treated by Kaka. A patient XYZ, 46-year female residing in Udna, Surat, a caste Hindu, married, and she is housewife, and by qualification she is DA. So she is under treatment of Kaka since 2015 for OA, and on 11 July she came with complaint of fever and a temperature of 100° Fahrenheit. She is also having early morning weakness and dry coughing. She is having complaint of chest pain And on examination, there is rattling sound in chest, coryza, and associated with yellowish nasal discharge. She is also having diarrhea in morning. And on vitally, her BP was 110 by 80 mm of Hg, heart rate 86 per minute, RR was 26 per minute, and SpO2 is 95%, which is borderline. Her physical generals are thermally she was hot, appetite was decreased, desire for sour and salt, aversion was not specific, a thirst 8 to 10 glass per day, that is thirsty, and perspiration was also increased. And on basis of this following prescribing totality, that is low-grade fever, dry coughing, a coryza with yellowish nasal discharge, craving for salt, hot patient thermally and thirsty, and diarrhea in morning, Kaka has prescribed Natrum Sulf 30 BD for 3 days. And as we had seen symptoms which are suggestive of COVID-19, so Kaka has also advised patient for HRCT. The patient first came on 11 July and Kaka has prescribed Natrum Sulf 30 for 3 days. On 14 July, the patient came with HRCT. And here is the impression of HRCT, that is multiple ill-defined and ground glass opacity in both lungs, 10 to 20% involvement of the lung on visual estimation, and this finding, as we know, highly suggestive of the viral pneumonia COVID-19 pattern. But after the dose of the Natrum Sulf on 11 July, there is no fever, a coughing which was dry and that is also slightly reduced, but appetite is not improved. Weakness was there which was improved, and initially the diarrhea was there and the frequency is reduced. So again the Natrum Sulf 30 BD for 7 days was prescribed, and there is follow-up on 23rd July. There is no fever, a coughing was completely better, appetite is also improved, and as we had seen on 11 July, there was yellowish nasal discharge, but on follow-up of 23rd July, a patient was having no any kind of nasal discharge and weakness is also improved. So as patient is improving, a Natrum Sulf 30 BD for 7 days was given. So now again, I would like to hand over to Vipul Sastry, sir.
So again, we have seen that how nicely with the help of the Natrum Sulf, Kaka has treated COVID-19 case. So Kaka, now I would like to ask that why Natrum Sulf in this case?
Because when first dose of Natrum Mur was given, she was feeling better. But the condition was that she had diarrhea. So mostly Natrum Mur is constipated patient, but in Natrum Sulf, the diarrhea, not only that, the lung symptoms, that is chronic asthma, that covers by the Natrum Sulf, and on 1 or 2 days after, slightly chill was there and there was pain in the chest. That's why Natrum Sulf was shifted.
Okay. Can you throw some light on psychosis and Natrum Sulf?
Psychosis and Natrum Sulf. So when there is any development, especially regarding lungs, then the Natrum Sulf comes.
Okay, what is your belief regarding the genus Epidemicus?
Genus Epidemicus, which is prescribed according to the Department of Ayurveda. It was only arsenic, but arsenic is aggravated by smoke. So those who are smoking, they are aggravated, whereas natramur has but loss of taste and loss of this thing, and natrum salt that covers the atmospheric changes which were developed during this corona effect.
Okay, Kaka, what you would like to say to young doctors regarding the organon and which aphorisms that will help in such cases?
See, you have to go through aphorism number 100 and onwards. That all these discussions are there. Not only that, see, two magnet of this. See, the world is under magnetic field, and their movement is going on according to magnetic field, and then they remain in their axis.
Right.
Here is, we are also even under the magnet of the earth, and so accordingly it requires that any change that comes, that is because of the magnetic field. In such cases, if you bring the two poles to reverse the action, then only there will be correction, otherwise not.
Okay. Okay. Regarding some causating factor, what would you like to say to our young doctors?
Causative factors is the most important. And here also, in epidemics, provided you study near so many cases and come to the conclusion, the real deranging factor and the medicine you will not get.
Right. In case of fever, the fever that was increasing up to 102 degree, 103 degree. So what you would like to say to our doctors regarding the acute diseases, how it has to be treated?
He has to search for exciting or maintaining cause.
Yes. So aphorism 5 and aphorism 7. Okay. Thank you very much, Kaka. Now again, the third case that I will say to Dhruvi Varsuriva.
Thank you, sir and Kaka. Now we'll move towards the case number 3. A patient named Megha Agrawal, age 25-year female, residing in Udna, Surat, by caste she is Hindu, and she is doing job and qualification is BA, unmarried, and she is also under the treatment of Kaka since February 2015 for alopecia, and on 7 July 2020 she came with complaint of fever 100 degree Fahrenheit, and there is also complaint of dry coughing. She is having complaint of coryza and difficulty in breathing. This all are suggestive of symptoms of COVID-19, and weakness is there, loss of taste and smell. Vitally, the BP was 110 by 70 mm of Hg. Heart rate was 86 per minute. RR was 26 per minute, and SpO2 is 96%. Her physical generals are: thermally she was ambithermal, appetite was decreased, thirst 8 to 9 glass per day thirsty, and her desire is spicy. Aversion was not specific and perspiration scanty. On basis of following prescribing totality, there is low-grade fever, weakness, loss of taste and smell, coryza and difficulty in breathing, thirsty, The Kaka has prescribed Netramute 30 BD for 7 days, and as we see, all the symptoms are suggestive of COVID. She is advised to came with the HRCT. Follow-up on 14 July. After the 7 days, she came with the HRCT report, and impression is multiple ill-defined and nodular ground glass opacity in both lower lobes, 10 to 20% involvement of lungs on visual estimation, and that is suggestive of viral pneumonia, a COVID-19 pattern. Netramute 30 BD was given for 7 days on 7 July, and this is the follow-up on 14 July, and she came with HRCT report which is showing positive for COVID-19. But there is no fever after the doses of Netramute, and weakness is also slightly reduced. A loss of smell and taste is there still, and appetite is slightly improved. So again, the Netramute 30 BD for 7 days is given. This is on the 14th July. A first prescription was given on 7th July. So after 7 days on 23rd July, there is no fever, a weakness is improved, and appetite is improved, coughing 85% better. As we had seen on 7 July, she is also having complaint of dry coughing, and which is 85% better on 23rd July. Taste and smell is also improved. Here we are having also the audio of Megha.
हेलो एवरीवन, आई एम मेघा अग्रवाल एंड मेरी फैमिली जो है जुलाई में कोविड पॉजिटिव हुई थी एंड इसकी शुरुआत कुछ इस तरह से हुई थी। जुलाई में मेरे फादर को स्टमक में बहुत तेज दर्द उठा और जब सोनोग्राफी करवाई तो पता चला पापा की दोनों किडनीज में स्टोन है। सो जैसे मेरे पापा जो है डायबिटिक पेशेंट है और इनफैक्ट बीपी है मेरे पापा को, और मेरे पापा एलोपैथी ट्रीटमेंट लेते हैं। सो पापा का स्टोन का एलोपैथी में ट्रीटमेंट चालू करवाया एंड उसी दरमियान जो है पापा को फीवर आया, दैट इज ऑन 4 जुलाई। सो जब फीवर आया सो वी वर इन द नोशन के मे बी ये पेन की वजह से या जो इन्फेक्शन हो सकता है स्टोन की वजह से, उस वजह से फीवर आया होगा। सो पापा का जो है वही ट्रीटमेंट है वो चालू था। वाइल इसी बीच 5 जुलाई को मेरी मम्मी को फीवर आया एंड 7 जुलाई को मुझे फीवर आया। मेरी मम्मी जो है वो डायबिटीज पेशेंट है एंड हम दोनों का ही जो है ट्रीटमेंट होम्योपैथिक ट्रीटमेंट चलता है। तो जब हमें फीवर आया तो हमने काका को बताया, काका से आई मीन डॉक्टर दशरथ भाई कच्चीगर। सो हमने सिम्टम्स बताए उनको एंड उन्होंने सिम्टम्स के अकॉर्डिंगली हमें दवा दी। मेरी मम्मी को नेट्रम सल्फ चालू किया और मुझे नेट्रम्यूट चालू किया। सो दवाई से हमें काफी बेनिफिट रहा और हम बहुत जल्दी रिकवर हो गए इससे। एंड सिम्टम्स कुछ इस तरह से थे, मेरा फीवर 2 दिन रहा और फीवर के टाइम पे मुझे हल्की ठंडी लगती थी और मेरे सिर में खिंचाव फील रहा, खिंचाव करके जो होता है दर्द फील होता था, और उसके साथ में जो है मुझे हल्की सर्दी थी। मेरा बुखार 2 दिन में ठीक हो गया, लेकिन वो 2 दिन के टाइम पे मुझे हल्की सांस लेने में भी दिक्कत फील हुई थी। तो जब मैंने ये चीज मैंने बताई तो सबको लगा कि मुझे मे भी वहम हो सकता है और इट मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ जुकाम ये हो सकता है कि जुकाम है तो मे बी लूज ब्लॉक हो सकता है, उस वजह से कुछ हो सकता है। सो ये था माइंड ने क्या है, सडनली जब मेरा 2 दिन बाद बुखार चला गया तो मुझे और कोई तकलीफ नहीं थी, सब कुछ ठीक हो गया था। बट उसके कुछ दिन बाद जो है मेरा स्मेल और टेस्ट चला गया था और वो अराउंड 2-3 दिन के लिए गया था मेरा स्मेल और टेस्ट। जो मम्मी के सिम्टम्स थे वो कुछ इस तरह से थे कि मम्मी की जो बुखार है वो लो टेम्परेचर रहता था ना, अराउंड 99 डिग्री के आसपास रहता था। सो मम्मी का फीवर भी चला गया था सर्टेनली, बट मम्मी को जो है वो रिकरिंग था, मतलब जैसे कि 1 दिन छोड़ के या फिर 2 दिन छोड़ के वो मम्मी को बुखार फिर आ रहा था, बट वो हाफ डे के लिए या फुल डे के लिए 99 या उससे थोड़ा कम रहता था और वो ठीक हो जाता था। मम्मी का इस तरह सिम्टम चल रहे थे। सो काका की मेडिसिन हमारी चालू ही थी, बट इसी बीच में जो है मेरे फादर की तबीयत बहुत ज्यादा खराब हो गई, उनका फीवर भी काफी हाई हो गया था। तो हमने जब डॉक्टर को विजिट, उस टाइम पे पापा का सीटी स्कैन करवाया कोविड के हिसाब से। सो उस रिपोर्ट में पापा का जो है 30 to 40% लंग्स अफेक्टेड आए थे। सो डॉक्टर ने बोला कि घर में बाकी सबका भी करवाना जरूरी है बिकॉज पापा का इतना ज्यादा अफेक्टेड जो है रिपोर्ट आया है. तो हमने भी सीटी स्कैन करवाया और मम्मी और मेरा भी जो है रिपोर्ट पॉजिटिव आया और हमारा 10 to 20% जो है लंग्स में इन्फेक्शन दिख रहा था. सो डॉक्टर ने जब लेकिन हमारा देखा तो उन्होंने यही कहा कि आपके कोई सिम्टम्स दिख नहीं रहे हैं, सो वी कैन कंसिडर इट एज असिम्प्टोमेटिक. सो इन एंड ऑल तो हमारा और कुछ ट्रीटमेंट चालू नहीं किया और जो है हमारी जो है होम्योपैथिक ट्रीटमेंट ही चालू था उस पर. तो थिंक इज ऐसा नहीं है कि हमें सिम्टम्स नहीं दिखे थे, सिम्टम्स थे हमारे में कोविड के, लेकिन काका की दवाई से वो सब चीजें ठीक हो गई थी. तो जब ये रिपोर्ट आई हमारी 14 जुलाई को रिपोर्ट हुई थी, तो हमारी ये रिपोर्ट मैंने काका को भी बताई, काका हमें से पॉजिटिव आए हैं तो क्या करना है. सो वैसे देखा जाए तो ये कोविड के अंदर जो 70 इयर्स अबाव है वो हाई रिस्क इंडिविजुअल्स है. दो काका 90 ईयर के हैं थे बट स्टिल काका ने जो है हमारा ट्रीटमेंट किया, खुद के ऊपर भी इतना रिस्क रखा और फिर भी हमारा ट्रीटमेंट किया. एंड वी आर रियली वेरी थैंकफुल एंड ग्रेटफुल टू काका फॉर दैट. एंड नॉट ओनली फॉर मेडिसिन बट काका ने मुझे काफी इमोशनल सपोर्ट भी दिया है. जो है जानते हैं कि लाइक कोविड जब होता है तो हम क्वारंटाइन हो जाते हैं. सो उस टाइम हम क्वारंटाइन थे लेकिन सिर्फ जो है हम काका से फोन पे बात कर लिया करते थे और मेरा मन जैसे कुछ भी क्वेश्चन होता था या कुछ भी होता था, सो जो है काका फोन पे सब कुछ सॉल्व कर दिया करते थे. सो इन अ वे हमें काका का बहुत सपोर्ट रहा एंड ऑल्सो काका के जो मेडिसिन जो काका ने हमें दी उससे हम बहुत जल्दी रिकवर कर गए और रिकवर करने के बाद भी हमें और कोई सिम्टम्स नहीं लगे. हाँ इतना है कि जो वीकनेस आई थी वो थी हमें और कोविड की वजह से वीकनेस थी बट वो टाइम के साथ वो भी चली गई. एंड ऑल्सो एक चीज जो हमने नोट की थी वो ये थी कि जो कोविड पेशेंट्स होते हैं हमने जिनको जानते थे जिनको हमने देखा तो उनमें सब में जो है उनका वेट रिड्यूस हुआ था बट मेरा और मेरी मम्मी का वेट रिड्यूस नहीं हुआ, वो मेंटेन रहा. जब ये चीज हमने काका को बताई तो काका ने हमें बताया कि जो दवाई दी थी उसमें ये सब चीजें भी थी कि जो हमारा वेट रिड्यूस ना हो, उसमें जो है उस वजह से हमारा जो है वेट मेंटेन रहा था. सो इन अ वे हम कोविड से बहुत इजीली बाहर आ गए बिकॉज ऑफ काका एंड हिज मेडिसिन. एंड सो वी आर रियली थैंकफुल एंड ग्रेटफुल टू हिम एंड वी ऑलवेज फील कि जो काका ह्यूमैनिटी सर्विस प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, जो काका इतनी सेवा कर रहे हैं लोगों की, that is equal to serving God. So that's all I can say about this COVID journey. So once again, thank you, Kaka, for everything you do for everyone, and thank you all.
So now again, I would like to hand over to Vipul Sastry, sir.
So Kaka, here she has said that you have given a very good emotional support through the phone. So what is the importance of counseling during the quarantine period?
See, actually speaking, when the patient is affected by COVID, he requires oxygen. And when the oxygen is less, in that case, his heartbeats and other things that also get spoiled and that is increased.
Right.
So all these things requires a proper care.
Right.
And that care should be taken in such a manner that all this must come to the normal.
Okay, Kaka, what would you like to say regarding the relationship of the Netromure with the other medicines?
Yeah, when you have questions, you see, when you will read CPR, it is already there that when you give to more clearly CPR case, Nux vomica, that is vegetable, and CPR develops more better way, but whatever clinically remains after CPR, that goes to Netromure because that life remains in the seed. and C is with salt, natron salt.
Right. Okay. What is regarding your view for the vital force in such cases?
Vital force, when overpowered, then only imbalance takes place.
Right.
And when imbalance takes place, the similar medicine which can produce such a condition, like two magnetic poles,
Right.
you have to bring the similar poles.
Right.
In that case only, the reversible action that will take place. And here, the artificial or natural COVID that has influence to change the atmosphere, and you have to bring back the atmosphere so that there will be reverse action.
Right.
Then balance will be maintained of the vital energy.
Okay, Kaka. At this age also, I am seeing that you are attending the seminar, you are reading and all these things. So what message you would like to give to our young doctors for study and to attend the seminar and all that?
First of all, they must pay attention to NAS comparative materia medica because and say that if such symptoms when compared and if the patient is treated on such symptoms, if the patient cannot be cured, then you can that doctor can abuse NAS. No doctor anywhere in any time was prepared to have bad names, but Dr. NAS was prepared, and he said that if any wrong thing comes, then you can abuse me, that my method is wrong.
Right. So, very good thing regarding the Dr. NAS, and what is most important, that what confidence he has regarding his own writing and regarding the homeopathy. What I believe that homeopathy has very less limitation but very wide scope. Homeopath may have wide limitation and little scope. But as Kaka has said, if we will read all these things, then we will have a more and more scope. Kaka, in very short, you can say regarding your first experience, how you have treated your mother of gangrene, due to which our college that has been established. As we are running for the time, you just tell very shortly regarding that.
The gangrene, my mother was fasting since 38 years, and she had some injury and the gangrene just started. Actually speaking, if she will go to the hospital, then the condition will be, because she was not taking salt throughout the life, the question was that becomes the poisonous condition. And that's why I just came, it is nearly 1966. So I came, I saw, and I gave a medicine to her and taken interest to with her. At that time, I had scalpel and other things, but no sterilizer. So I asked for a bucket and it cover, and it was covered with it, and the seals was there that was put inside, and some water was put, and the water was boiled, and the condition came that sterilization, I got it, and I worked over it right from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. and cleaned all these things and gave her accordingly homeopathic medicine.
Medicine, would you like to say which medicine? Latest.
It is a very long time.
Okay, so we will.
1966. But mostly calendula is used
So
externally,
yes,
and internally also calendula was used.
yes. So power of calendula, right? External as well as internal, and for the person who has just passed the homeopathy and he has to treat his mother for disease like gangrene, and just see what is the faith of that mother on his son and what is the faith of that son on the pathy, right? What Master Ness has said regarding that, so such faith was there, and due to that today our college that has been established. Now last question only to Kaka, what is your suggestion regarding the thermals? What is the importance of the thermal in practice?
See, thermal in practice, if you will see, especially in winter, if you take cold bath, the condition will be immediately there will be shivering. But once after you come from the bath, instead of more chilly, it becomes, body becomes hot, and the thermal that acts, and that shows the reversibility of the chill.
Okay.
And that is reversing of the energy. If that energy is properly reversed, then and that vital force can work properly and take the place.
Okay.
You see, in Germany, there is a train is made that walks 4 inches above the railway track.
Right.
Why? Have you ever thought of? The rail track was with magnet, and the train track that was with magnet similar. And as such, there was vacuum created in between, reversing of the energy, and that is the result.
So regarding the energy, regarding the thermal, right, Kaka has said very nicely. So this was for today's regarding the efficacy of homeopathy in COVID-19 from Dr. D.D. Pachigar sir. So thank you very much to Homeopathy 360. Now Dr. Saswat.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so our presentation is over.
Yeah. Definitely. Thank you, sir, for such a beautiful insight. It was a very nice presentation, and I hope everyone around here who was attending the webinar would have taken great interest and learned a lot from that. And I would like to welcome again Dr. Jashwant Patil, sir. Sir, are you ready for your presentation?
Yeah, I'm ready. I think.
Yes, sir.
I'll turn on the screen share.
Yeah, definitely, sir. Definitely.
Can you see my presentation now?
No, not right now, sir. I cannot see your presentation right now. I can just see the webinar page. Yeah, now the presentation is visible, sir.
Now it is visible.
Yeah, definitely, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, friends. And,
yeah.
सबसे पहले तो happy birthday, Kaka. You're the real Kaka of homeopathy. From your age, from your presentation, with your vitality, your mind, everything. It's a real boon of homeopathy that Kaka is practicing. And I respect what cases he has present are marvelous and unique that we should learn. What is the individualized homeopathy, which is really not very easy, and he has simplified in a very nice way. I thank Dr. Manish from DJ and Homeopathy 360 for giving me opportunity to present the COVID complications and its management. Basically, I am an allopath and then turned into homeopathy. So Kaka has talked about the principles, individualized and treatment based on the principles. So, to be in short, I came to homeopathy just like Kaka treated his mother from the gangrene out from all the complications. Same way, in my own intensive care unit, my mother was in the last moments of the life with multi-organ failure, and no medicine was responding. There was no response at all. TP was not felt. Everything, we were just waiting for her to die. And a simple dose of RSIO 200 made a magic in 24 hours. That time I realized the power of homeopathy. And I said, I was an intensivist for about 4 to 5 years in IRCU, ITCU, IMCU, ICCU. I've never seen such recoveries in my life. And I said, I must probe this science. And I started working on an allopathic ground, taking a book of, there was one clinical book of homeopathy by Rajendra Publications. And based on the diagnosis, I started giving homeopathy with allopathic prescription. Finally, the prescriptions, number of drugs, 10, 5, 15, they came down to single drugs. And my indoors started coming down because people were not falling sick after taking homeopathic dose. They used to say, sir, one single dose of that what you give in water is causing a magic, and we are not falling sick and we are feeling. Why you want to give all these prescriptions? Then I started shorting my allopathic prescription. Then I said that I should be a regular homeopath. I went to BJ shop and I started taking out the books. The manager there came, sir, which book you want? You have taken out so many books. That time the books were more than 50,000 cost. That big chunk I had taken out from the racks. And I said, you take a check, when you will get it honored, that time you send it by courier services. And I started reading the books and started practicing homeopathy. And then I was getting marvelous results. And I took admission to the BHNS College, Chamudna Mata Homeopathic College, and the Maharashtra Nasik Health University. I became a regular homeopath. And that time I learned principles of homeopathy, individualization. But practicing at a deeper levels, people, more complicated cases used to come to me. There, the word of irreversible cases, one-sided cases, incurable cases. There was no option. It was the individualized homeopathy was not working very well. And similarly, then I started using in a different way, in a clinical way, homeopathy, because what happened, while giving individualized homeopathy, one of the cancer patient I was treating, giving him single dose, one dose, minimum repetition, longer observations, and it started deteriorating. Now what happens, we always talk of the successful cases, but we never talk of failure cases. We must learn from the failure cases to know exactly what we should do in homeopathy, because we should be very clear and we have to work more concentrate where we fail. Success we get, that's fine, but 10 out of 2, 3, 4, what is the success rate? That we have to always assess. And I was assessing myself. The success rate was 2, 3, 4, not more than that. And the failure cases were either one-sided cases or incurable cases, irreversible cases. There it started in the mind, what to do about these cases. You cannot leave. And in that period, this particular patient got deteriorated, and he left me. He went to some homeopath, LCH, near Bombay. And from there, he had an ascites. The the original site of cancer was not known because it had spread to lungs, liver, bones. The metastases were almost everywhere. So with a big ascites, and he has gone cancer cachexia. So this particular case, he left me and then he went to some homeopath. And from there, he came to me after about say 4 or 5 months. I don't remember exactly. And he was almost fine. I took his all the investigations. All the things were very clear. I said I was doing on an individualized basis, and this person was incurable, and he got cured. So I was very curious how this happened. So I said what he had given. He had given 10 mother tinctures, only on mother tinctures, and there were 4, 5, 6, or 7 different types of glandular bottles. We don't put a name, so we don't know. So he said morning में ये लेना, afternoon में ये लेना, evening में ये लेना, रात को ये लेना. So all these things, the mixture of homeopathy given differently at different times. Only the mother tinctures were mixed together and taken at a time. And particularly with that, when I saw the recovery, it changed my mindset that we have to change as per the observations. We cannot be rigid. And today, Dr. Hahnemann left 200 years back. That time scenario, today's scenario is different. That time's vital force, this time's vital force is different. Now, looking to that, the turmoil started in my mind, and then I said, such type of incurable cases, when we treat, it's a real challenge. And if we can show the result in this, then people will start believing homeopathy. Otherwise, what they used to say, कि अरे ऐसे भी तो there is auto remission, people get well. Even in COVID cases, 70 to 80% get well, even if you don't treat. Fever comes for 2-3 days, minor 100, 101. The real challenge is 100, 200, 300, 4 fever. They are not responding to our routine individualized treatments. We may get exact minimum, they may respond. But to get to that level is again a big question. Like 5 different ACE homeopaths are sitting and trying to find out individualized remedy. Everyone will come with different remedy. Then why it is happening so? So therefore, it started a curiosity in my mind, and I switched on to more of the incurable cases. So my practice is mostly for the incurables, and there I started getting results in cancer, in kidney failures. But even then, there are limitations. Means not in all cases you get a success. Say in incurables, where there was 0 to 1 case that used to get well, now the ratio has gone to 5 to 6 out of 10. So even then, the 4 are still failures, and we need to work more. We have to be very open, and we have to accept the failures also, and to learn from the failures, and to find out exactly what we want. Otherwise, we are just going to satisfy ourselves by saying, I have cured this case, I cured this case, I cured that case. The real challenges lies in finding a right solution to the incurable cases. So based on that, my homeopathy principles, I still practice individualized remedy where the case is very in a curative stage. In incurative stage, then you have to go by the standards what Dr. Banerjee from Calcutta, once he presented multiple cancer cases, and he was giving Thuja in the morning, Guta in the afternoon, Lachesis at night. So different types of remedies, different times given in the same day with frequent repetitions. Potency 630 means hardly used to use 1 mcm. And from all this, there was again discussion that how can this is not homeopathy, this is mixopathy. Then I got up and said, this is not mixopathy. It has been given the main remedy, follows well remedy, complementary remedies, intercurrent remedy, well placed over a period of 1 hour, half an hour, 3 hours, 4 hours. It's not written in a book that you give one remedy and wait for 5 days, 6 days. Because in such cases, you have to act fast. Otherwise, time doesn't wait for you. Patient deteriorating goes to allopathy, and the name of homeopathy gets blotted. And therefore, we have to be very, very sure and confirm and act fast, act practically, and look into the cases. So the real challenges, they started coming. Now those who used to come with fever, cold cough, 199, they used to get well with a you repertorize the symptom, individuality you take out, and the things they open up and they get well. So we just boosted so that suffering of 7 days was brought to 2 days, 3 days, and patient is fine. The real challenges was in COVID patients was to treat lung damage more than 50%. Now, when we do pneumonectomy, I am a pulmonologist, so I know one lung part is removed. Still then, the patient can live on one lung. That is also he can live on a half lung, a much bigger life than what is seen because there is compensatory hypertrophy of the lung. So the real challenge was more than 80% damage, 90% damage. So 40, 50, we can very well get well with all our individualized homeopathy and all those things. But the real challenge lies when they go into an incurable state. But before putting them into incurable state, you try for the individualized remedy, but not more than 24 hours. 24 hours, you should see the patient is settling down. You can take a risk, keeping a watch on oxygen. Now, what is oxygen? Oxygen between 90 and 95, you can treat very well even with the individualized remedy. But once it starts dropping below 90, then the individualized remedy is very difficult unless you have picked up the right remedy, which is 2 or 3 out of 10 times chance that you are picking up the right remedy. Otherwise, patient deteriorates very fast. You see, in 12 days time, the COVID picture is over. Either patient is out or he is up. So we cannot wait. We cannot waste time in thinking and just waiting. Give them a remedy today and see him tomorrow. You have to follow these patients every hourly on a mobile, WhatsApp. You have to be vigilant. Therefore, I usually take less cases and to keep a watch every hour on these cases to see the results. Coming to the Kaka has very well said about all these things, so I need not go into those details. I would go more on a clinical aspect because the clinical aspect is also very important. And today, in the modern world, we have to show the results in the clinical features. So, this lecture I dedicate to our great master, Dr. Samuel Frederick Hahnemann, founder of homeopathy, who was himself allopath, and then he found out the homeopathy. The real tribute to him when we'll take this homeopathic science and prove it scientifically in a scientific way so that it is acceptable to all over the world. Today, people, unless we prove in a scientific, we are always kept aside. Even in Ayush systems, the homeopathy is at the last. Why this is happening? Because we need to prove more into a scientific language what is the power of homeopathy. And I tell you, with my experience, homeopathy never fails. What fails is either the patient's giving information fails or doctor's selection of the remedy fails. Therefore, homeopathy fails. Otherwise, homeopathy, when it is rightly practiced, it never fails. I welcome all the doctors who are fighting against this disease to restore the health of the sick individual and all the sciences that have a scope and limitations. I respect all sciences and I try to override the limitations of each science, accept the scope and good part of each science so that all doctors and medical practitioners, they start following and when they come together and discuss the shortcomings rather than criticizing each other, rather than disrespecting the science of each other. Every science is a tool, weapon to fight against the disease. Dr. Hahnemann said, the real ideal of a physician is to cure the sick. When your ideal is to cure the sick, by what way? In a right way, you have to cure the sick, just not palliate or just not mitigate the symptoms. So unity with a broad-minded approach, integrating all sciences to arrive at a concrete synergistic solution. Concrete synergistic, it is a very important word. So when you are combining other sciences, when certain things are failing, like in ICU, you don't have time. So there should be a proper combination so that we can save more lives. And primarily, I being a homeopathic physician, so I practice homeopathy 90% of the time, and 10% times I take help of allopathy and other alternative sciences. So coming to this particular COVID problem, the cytokine storm is a real challenge. It's a real challenge when the interleukin 6 is going above thousands, CRP is going above 660, 200, 300, 400. There is a secondary infection, bacterial infection, fungal infection. These are the challenging cases that we must show success in such type of cases, and therefore we must know what is a cytokine storm. It is a release in response to the other stimuli. Subset number one stimuli is fear, phobia, fright of COVID. Once you know why doctors are dying more, because once they get a corona infection, they are afraid. Suppose by chance it doesn't work, allopathy doesn't work, homeopathy doesn't work, they are going to die. That fear kills them, and that fear causes adrenal pituitary axis suppression. So the natural steroids that are secreted, that is pro-inflammatory cytokines and anti-inflammatory cytokines. So there has to be a balance between that, then the damage doesn't happen and the virus does the job of genetic correction. We are today into human life because of viruses. They are not our enemies. They have come to correct our DNAs. Therefore, all people are not dying. Only the genetics is very bad, and when it is interfered by putting aside the nature's law, if you start popping in the paracetamol to bring down the fever, the case goes worse. That is my experience. If you allow it doesn't go above 102.4, be patient, just give the simple medicines and see that it comes down, and therefore it becomes a very good uh, impact on the disease. So what are the other things that are for the cytokine storm? One is the aging, because aging impairs the inflammatory responses, and therefore the pro-inflammatory immune response, anti-inflammatory immune response, there is a mismatch and disbalance. Such type of cases where the cortisol levels go down, you need the medicines that would homeopathic remedy that would work on adrenal gland to release the steroids. So natural steroid release, that is how homeopathy works. We know that we give the remedy and patient gets well, but how it has worked, what was the changes in the pathophysiology, what was the changes in the immunology, that needs to be studied, and that I have seen going through the different research articles and found out that yes, homeopathy works in that direction. If the time permits, I can show you certain research articles that has been put in how homeopathy works. So what is the important thing in that? Vitamin D. It is inflame aging. It deficiency associated with inflame aging. So you are seeing that many times 40 age, 50 age people are also succumbing because their vitamin deficiency is there. Vitamin C, it is again why vitamin C, why not D, why not A, why not E? Because C vitamin is mostly needed for blood vessels. So if you know the disease scurvy, uh, once upon a time people were dying by scurvy. When the science came to know that it is because of vitamin C deficiency. Today no one dies because of scurvy, and that was vitamin C. Same thing in the COVID. The blood vessels are the prime, not lungs. Huh? Blood vessels are the prime affected organs of the body, and therefore vitamin C is very important. Some people have given 1 gram, 2 gram IV vitamin C and cured the cases which were on a very bad side. Then third is zinc. Zinc is again it is associated with your enzymatic actions, and therefore where there is a vitamin D problem, C problem, zinc problem, again cytokine storm causes a problem. Fear of COVID and fear of death. This I have already talked about it. I would present a case of my staff who suffered from a COVID, and he was first the individualized remedy. It came Pulsatilla. I started giving Pulsatilla 1 dose, 2 dose in the 3 dose. Nothing was happening. Only the fever used to come down. He used to feel better, but every day he used to go into a high grade fever. High grade fever. Then we started the intercurrent remedies, not responding. Finally, he was not in a position to give me the proper history, and I was not able to find out the proper remedy. In such cases where in allopathy, we use 32 milligrams of methylprednisolone with just 8 milligram methylprednisolone, one single dose, and then 4 milligram every day for 3 days, along with homeopathy, the case settled down. Now, such type of cases would have gone to the allopathic side. They would have given higher steroids, antibiotics, secondary infection, and this patient would have put to the life risk. So it is very important to know the limitations also of our science, and where we can do the integrative approach. That is very important. So the symptoms of strong predictors of death that comes into a patient is dyspnea, cardiovascular disease, COPD, and acute respiratory distress syndrome when it starts. So COVID-19, I would define that disease. It bites the blood vessels and licks the nerves. So you see loss of taste, loss of smell, and many times the ACE2 receptors are being blocked, so the signaling to and fro becomes a problem. So what are the pathophysiologies? Vasculitis, thrombosis, ACE2 receptor blockage, and the weakening of the nerves. Now we must find out by taking the symptoms. After we get a repertorization chart, which remedy has got a spear covering vasculitis, thrombosis. Now how to know from vasculitis, thrombosis? Vasculitis, CRP is high, IL-6 is high, thrombosis, D-dimer is high. Okay, ACE2 receptor blockers, you will get the symptoms of smell or taste. Weakening of the nerves when patient says, I do not have any strength even to walk to my bathroom. So the nerves are there. So from the selected repertorization for the individualization that you take, suppose 15 remedies they come, you keep this into the mind, the pathophysiology of the disease, and you will be selecting the right remedy. So what are the problems that we face is the whole list, from lung diseases to weakness to heart palpitation, neurological, coagulation disorders, chronic headaches, which goes into the post-COVID cases, vague abdominal pain, loss of appetite, chronic fatigue that goes into the post-COVID problems, hypertension that goes also in the post-COVID problem, chronic hypoxia that will go into the post-COVID problem. So what needs to be addressed as per the disease, as per the symptoms, characteristic symptoms of all these diseases, and then give, and we get a, okay. Like anemia and nutritional deficiencies are always neglected, and giving supplements, like if you give iron supplements, vitamin supplements, it's not allopathy. It is a nutritional supplementation. Either you go by food or you go by medicines. So particularly if you see, there are so many cases. I would go through a very important case because it will take time, and to the extent I'll share one case which will show how homeopathy is the best. So selecting the rubrics, mind exciting, bad news after. Usually this happens before start of COVID. And you see the remedies like Apis. You see the remedies like Apis, then Gelsemium, Ignatia, Kalicarp, Lachesis, Phosphorus, Pulsatilla, Stramonium, mostly working on COVID cases. Fear sudden. Once you get that, some sudden fear, like someone is fallen sick, now I'm exposed to the corona patient. Again, that gives rise to your immunity goes down, and the incubation period you get a COVID disease. Otherwise, you remain asymptomatic and you come out if you are strong and strong willpower. So all these things, loss of willpower, like things that fall from the hand, APs. So these are the characteristic symptoms that patient says, and you can take it and then move. There is mind fear with perspiration. You see so many cases कि डॉक्टर मेरे घर में पॉजिटिव आया, मुझे बहुत डर लग रहा है, मुझे पसीना छूट रहा है. These are the remedies like this. Circulatory system, concomitant palpitation is there, weakness, empty feeling in the chest, respiratory symptom, chest like. I have taken all these rubrics in many of the cases where they were indicated to come to one proper well-selected remedy covering all the symptoms, followed by a formula of intercurrent complementary remedies that I will tell you later. Then this is the last stage of pneumonia. Now these are the cases where our individualized homeopathy never works, and you should not give that remedy to such type of patient, because I have seen in ICU, when you give the right remedy, the patient's vital force is very weak, and you try to stimulate the vital force gives the way and patient is lost. So in such cases, we have to treat on a pathophysiological ground, clinical ground. Once the vital force comes up, so what are the signs of vital force? Feeling energetic, gaining appetite, sleeping well. These are the three important cardinal features where I say now the vital force has come strong. Now the well-selected remedy, just give one single dose and it works. Till that time, I've seen, now you see, in 21 August, the D-dimer was 6,255. Now this was a patient who was on ventilator, not responding to our routine allopathic line of treatment, that is tocilizumab, your remdesivir, steroids, all sorts of treatment were given in the hands here up. At that time, I entered when the D-dimer was high, and LDH you see 1819. It is a very big figure. LDH is very important. If the LDH is raised and CRP is raised, you cannot call that dengue or other things. It is only and only COVID. That is what is my clinical observation and finding. And 21 August, the D-dimer 23. So it went from 6255 to 6715. At this time, I said, now I need to introduce medicine that was Crotalagus horridus. Arnica was given in alternated way. And you see it from 23 August to 25th August, the D-dimer came down within 2 days' time to 3044, along with Abrotenum 30 and Chilidonium 30. Now, you will say the 4 drugs were given, but they were given in a spaced, because this is a time where incurable cases, if properly treated, we can bring them and get him out. Now, today, he's out from the ICU and he's doing fine. You see, the LDH 1819, it has come down to 963, still very high, but the CRP has come down. So the acute inflammatory phase is over, and now what starts is the post-COVID phase. Now, if you see, IL-6 was 23rd August 1209, and 24 it came to 385, but D-dimer didn't come. So it was the effect of Abrotenum. So now Abrotenum, the Arnica and Crotalagus horridus were complementary, and they were given, and therefore these 3 drugs could bring down the IL-6 from 1209 to IL-6 385, and finally on 26 August it was 90, still high, but patient was improving. So these were the clinical parameters, and finally his oxygen and everything improved. But the pro-BNP, that is anti-pro-BNP 2122, that is very high, shows that this person is into the cardiac failure. Now, what is a common cardiac failure in COVID cases is right-sided failure. If it happens into the left-sided failure, the patient dies immediately, because you cannot cope up, and therefore you see the sudden deaths. So such type of cases, they respond to Digitalis 6C repeated frequently, 1 hourly, 2 hourly, 3 hourly as per the need is, and Calicarb repeated infrequently in the dose of 30, morning, afternoon, evening. And then again back to our, whatever problems they come, every day you see the investigation, symptom change. Now patient on ventilator is not going to give you symptoms. So you have to judge by all these parameters to come to a conclusion, right, exactly what remedy should be given. Now, if you see this particular patient, see, he's saying it's in Marathi 60-70%, but you see the swelling below the eyes. This is very typical of Calicarb. There is no new symptoms. He is feeling weak. I'm just translating his Marathi. Still is. Now the cough comes only while talking. Now he has come out of ventilator, and today this patient is out of the ICU. So if you see after that particularly, see 88. Now at 88 you will all be on alert. He is without oxygen 88. He is walking. He is looking fine. So don't get panicked by the oxygen falling down, because I said till the time body is put to the hypoxic state for a short period, it becomes like this. Now you see, still he has got a cough. He is still not recovered. And now on 8-9, oxygen has come down to 95, improved to 95. So there is a good improvement now. Now he is walking. You can see the person who was coughing while talking, you were seeing him breathless. How he is responding to all sorts of complementary remedies that we have given. And there is a change. Even after walking for a short period of time, he is not feeling breathless, and he is on the improving side. So coming to this particulars, there are so many rubrics: sleeplessness, influenza after. These are the post-COVID problems that needs to be taken care. Convalescence from influenza after. There are so many good rubrics, and therefore we have to work on the selection of the rubrics. Just we are going in the when we take an individualized case, we go on these particular things and find out. But such type of cases, it requires more clinical thinking, more scientific outlook, and giving as per what the investigations suggest, what the clinical science suggests, what you overtly see the patient is suffering from. So in one of the articles that I had seen, that effect of calendula on human gingival fibroblast, HGF, mediated collagen degradation and NMP activities, that in matrix metalloproteinase. So we know calendula, but have you ever thought of that it works like this? Quercetin is one of the active component in calendula and has shown to inhibit recombinant human matrix metalloproteinase activities. And they are calcium dependent, zinc containing endopeptidases. So the importance of zinc into this. They decrease the expression of tumor necrosis factor alpha, interleukin, IL, and IL-6, IL-8. So from here we know how calendula is also working in cases where I've used in one case where I got a good response. That patient was diabetic with other problems also with the COVID, and therefore injuries. Now what happens, when we do BiPAP, it causes an injury. There is a wound into the lungs. If you see, you can see the holes in the lung. There are small wounds in the lungs there where the calendula can be beneficial. And like Kaka said, the mother was out because of calendula, and you can see now how calendula worked in Kaka's mother case, and this is how we come to know about this. So there are a number of changes in circulating thrombotic factors and proposed a patient with severe COVID-19, elevated factor 8, elevated fibrinogen. These are the upper steps when we see and when we know what are the homeopathic remedies that work on elevated factor 8 levels. And then accordingly, we can work on hyperviscosity also. So there is a 2D echo of another patient. You see the LV ejection fraction that is from 50% is into 55%. Earlier it was just the 40%. And there is another case of COVID that was retinal vein thrombosis that responded to phosphorus 200 single dose. I took, if you see the rubrics that I have taken, loss of vision in the evening, retina edema. Now, these are the clinical rubrics that gives me, along with kidney failure she had. And she improved at creatinine level, at the retinal level, everywhere. The phosphorus was standing out, and phosphorus 200. Here is a place where we should use single dose. The dose where single dose is not responding, you have to think is an incurable case, and you have to treat like incurable case with multiple remedies which are complementary to each other or follows well each other and should not be inimical remedies. So the case that I had discussed responded to Kalicap 30 and Digitalis Q10 drops 3 times a day. This was now you see Kalikar was coming as loss of smell. Okay, so it was a characteristic symptoms. But what made me select more Kalikar instead of calcarea, phosphorus, arsenic? This is the most acting on the heart. You know, Kalikarb is a remedy that has cured my father from 80% blockages. Kalikarb with Carbovage. He was put to the bypass surgery advised, but I didn't go for a bypass surgery. He's after 8 years, he was given Kalikarb frequently, once in a week, twice in a week, with followed by Carbovage. And after 8 years, 4 years he took regularly. After that, he was not taking infrequently when he used to get pain in the heart. Kalikar. And when I went, means I shifted from Jalgaon to Mumbai, he was insecure and he said, I am getting chest pain. So my colleague was a cardiologist. His nursing home and my nursing home were very nearby. So we were complementing each other in each other's absence. So he was very furious with me that why the hell you changed from allopathy to homeopathy? We together were going to start the angiography angioplasty center. I was first doctor in Khandesh to start putting pacemaker in the heart. So he was not in a good mood with me. Thou being a friend, he said my father, this your son has gone mad after homeopathy. Now 8 years are there. You were living by the God's grace, 80-90% blockages, and no one survives in this. Some God's grace is there, therefore you survived. Now don't listen to your son. He directly called a cardiologist in Mumbai and said, I want an appointment for my father. He said for his father. He took my father there and told me, Jaswant, I have taken an appointment, you come there. I was surprised. I said, okay, all right. I asked my father. He said, I will go by him. I said, okay, no problems. Let us clear the matter. The cardiologist was my teacher, and first he fired me in and out. This is what cardiology I have taught you. You are playing with your father's life. And 8 years he's surviving. It's God's grace. It's God's in the mind. I was saying, sir, even bypass surgery 4 or 5 years के बाद में re-blockages होता है. But my teacher, so I just kept mum. I didn't speak a word. He said, come into the angiography room. I said, no, I'll sit on a station outside where we can see what is happening inside. So I sat on the station. My father was in, and my friend who was there with cardiologist inside the angiography room. They pushed in the dye, and soup, all arteries were cleared, and they were surprised. And they came out and said, what medicine did you give? I said, sir, you don't believe homeopathy. No, tell me the name. I said, there is no name in homeopathy like this. You start giving to all patients. Homeopathy is an individualized approach. And if the person fits into that particular individualized, the results are marvelous. This is just, I'm sharing my homeopathy has given too many things to my family. Till today, with God's grace, I don't deny allopathy, but with help of homeopathy, I never required a help of allopathy. And most of the time, keeping confidence and sticking to the principles when it is required, not sticking to the principle when it is not required, should be the dictum in practicing this. There are a lot of cases, but the time is short, so I'll cut short and come to final things. That is a corona nozode. Corona nozode is one of the important things that is getting developed. Some countries have developed. In India, many people are developing. Even CCRH is trying. Dr. Rajesh Shah is trying. And the day it will come, it will be a boon in preventive, therapeutic, and post-COVID sequelae. So, coming to the last, particularly, I would say homeopathy, a well-selected remedy when it is not working and oxygen is dropping down, You note down Bryonia, Carbovage, Antimtat, Ferrum Phos, Veratrum viridi. These 5 remedies, if alternated blindly, I have done all the studies on that. You individualize the remedy. If the vital force is good, and if it is not showing good response, use these 5 remedies alternated at 1 hour's time, and it has given me beautiful results. Patient improving in few hours from 90 oxygen to 95. This is my observation. Today is the COVID time, pandemic time. We don't have time to think, argue, and you can cross check. You can see, you can use yourself, and you will find. And he is a allopathic doctor who was even after allopathic treatment, he was into a problem, and you can listen to him. He's 64-year-old general practitioner and his family. I will. Now you see this particular doctor, he was uh, first diarrhea, and then uh, you see the weakness, but the CT scan was not done. And if you do the CT scan, you'll find the change. So what he has to say finally. Now he is saying कि होम्योपैथी को एलोपैथी के साथ जोड़ दिया जाए तो काफी जाने बच सकती है. This is a truth, and this message, when it goes to the concerning authorities, is given a very big thing that government should now accept this and start uh, doing the good things. And we are doing that in Maharashtra at many places where our task force, I'm a task force member of Maharashtra Ayush. Dr. Lahane sir and Dr. Kohli sir, who chairperson, deputy chairperson, Dr. Rajesh Katke, who is a coordinator, and all the homeopathic team, Ayurvedic team of doctors in that we have coordinated, and we have compiled a very good advisory 1, advisory 2, taken exhaustive and kept an option that because in one of the hospital they say the Merxol is not written in the list, so we will not allow you to give Merxol. So looking to that particular experience, then we had to put one simple lining: the individualized selected remedy can be given first, and if it is not very clear, you can choose one of the following remedies that is coming out frequently in helping the COVID patients. So it is a beautiful work that we have done. This is another doctor who is orthopedic doctor, and he is a owner of a COVID hospital, and even he is endorsing homeopathy should be taken along with allopathy to save many lives. I thank you all for patient listening, and there are so many things that we need to work on and do all these things. Thank you so much. Hello.
Yes, sir.
You can hear me, no?
Yeah, definitely, sir. I can hear
It
you.
was audible.
Sir, the little bit part was not audible, but some of the parts were audible, but some of them were not.
So
Yeah,
we come to.
it was actually glitching a lot.
So I hope I have covered everything, and whatever
Yeah,
best
definitely.
I could do from my side, I have
Yeah,
done to educate
yeah,
our to share my. I am no one to educate, but I've
yeah,
shared
yeah.
my experience from which people will learn and make it more improvised, so that we can save so many
Yes,
lives.
yes.
This is a new outlook. One has to go from the
Yeah,
holistic point of view. We are stuck
yes,
at one angle.
yeah,
We have to
definitely, sir.
switch.
Hmm. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jaswant sir, for a nice presentation. It was very insightful, and the things which you told, you detailed each and every case, and each and every thing which was to be demonstrated. It was very proper, and I actually learned a lot. And I hope the people who were watching the webinar, they also grasped a lot of information. And now I'll ask all my viewers, if they have any questions, they can just put it up on the chat box, and I'll read it out to sir, and then he can answer one by one. I'll give them 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes for that.
I have to unshare this no, now.
Yeah, it's up to you, sir. You can turn off the main screen share. Yeah.
Yeah, just a minute. Give me a time. Yeah, now you can see me. I think.
Yeah. Sir, just please open the chat box for once.
Just a minute.
It's on the right side. It's on the right side. It's setting attendees and then chat.
No, I don't have that particular.
No, sir. The screen on the right hand side, there's a white portion. No,
Red dot.
it's written. Yeah. There's the red.
Yeah, I opened up that now.
Yeah.
Chat.
Perfect.
particularly?
So there's a question: indication of Kali carb and carbo-veg in CAD.
See, particularly Kali carb, when I select
Yes, sir.
on two important points most of the time.
Okay.
One is swelling around the eyes, and second,
Yeah.
the dyspnea goes down by sitting or bending forward. These are
Yeah.
the main things that is a criteria where I select this.
Okay. Okay, sir.
And other symptoms if they are matching. Once,
Yeah.
see, every case needs to be repertorized.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is Kali carb, so you should not directly give Kali. Even if you think it is Kali carb, you take all the symptoms, repertorize it.
Yeah.
And if it falls in first 5 of that remedies, then
First
your
5, yeah.
selection can be
Yeah.
very correct.
Very correct. Yes, sir. Absolutely. There's a question.
There is a louder volume, please. My volume was not loud.
No, your volume was absolutely fine. I was hearing to you. There would be some internet problem out there for the viewers, or the videos which you played. There were a lot of glitches in that, so the video was not audible at that point. Yeah.
I think there are very less questions, so I have answered in there is everything. So the questions raised are not very much.
Yeah, sir. Actually, less questions mean that you explained the things very nicely and clearly. Everyone got the point.
Thank you so much.
So there's not a lot of questions. But then also I'll ask my viewers. I'll give you 5 minutes, and you can ask any question or whatsoever you want from Vipul sir as well as Jaswant sir.
But then also I asked
I don't think so. There are any questions left from the viewers. Once again, happy birthday, Kaka.
Thank you.
Kaka.
And thank you, Kaka, for giving us your time. It was a very insightful session which we had today, and I myself pursuing right now homeopathy. I got a lot of knowledge which I can use in my further career as well as in my studies. And thank you so much once again. I'll be thanking Kaka and Dr. Jaswant sir, Dr. Vipul sir, and Dr. Yashika Arora, and for organizing this webinar, and BGen Group of Companies, Mr. Manish Jain sir, for orchestrating all these things nicely and very fluently. Thank you everyone for joining. Is anything you want to say, sir? I think
no. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Okay. Yeah, thank you, sir.